Hi, Mrs. Babcock. I just wanted to go over a few things that we worked on the other day, and so we can have a better understanding of what we're trying to accomplish. All right, there's going to be two things that we're going to really focus on today, and going forward is what we're really going to work on. Number one is going to be using our wrists the right way. In fact, as we've noticed, you really don't use any wrists at all, and it's creating some problems in the swing. And number two is going to be your head movement. We're going to want to keep your head behind the ball. I've drawn a little oval here for when I show you the swing. We're going to do it in slow motion here. I'm going to do it nice and easy. And I want you to take a look at two things. Number one will be your wrists and how we don't use them, and number two will be how your head moves from the circle. Okay, so as we take this back, you can see if I do it sequence that we still haven't used the wrist at all here. They're still pretty much locked in. That club is very long now. It's a very wide swing with no wrist movement. And now here we go. As we go into the ball, watch how much your head moves. See how it's going in front of the ball there? And still no wrist movement at all. So now we're going to have no choice but to chicken wing this. Hit behind a little bit, which is what we've seen a bunch of times. But look how much our head has moved and those wrists have not been used at all. Even when we get through the ball, we still haven't used those wrists, as we can see that. Okay? So what we're going to want to do is, first off, our first drill is going to be, as we take this club back, we're going to immediately set our wrists. And I'm going to draw a little text box for you right here so you can see this. So number one is going to be set wrists early. Okay? That's what we're going to want to accomplish. This way we know. So we're going to use our wrists like we talked about in a hinge motion. Like if you're going to use a hammer, you would use your wrists up and down. You wouldn't bang a hammer with your wrists completely locked. It would be moving up and down that motion. Alright, and number two is we're going to make our swing a little bit more narrow. Okay? So we'll do that by keeping your arms a little closer to your body. Okay, using those wrists. And as we talked about earlier, on the way down, we want the club to be closer to our body. So we're going to pull to the ball. And that's hopefully going to keep our head behind it. So we're going to have our other text box be right next to it. To keep head behind ball. And that's what we'll do. Okay? And those are a few of the things. I just wanted to show you real quick too, if I were to pull up a screen real quick of you, okay? And on this side I'm just going to put Freddie Couples. I just want you to watch real quick. Right here, look at this L he's got going on. You can see the L right here. Boom. Boom. Okay, he's got a nice L there. When we do for you here, when we're basically at our back, right here, you can see how much his wrists are, are being used here. Fred Couple uses a lot of wrists, and if we were to do here, you, alright, there's really no wrists at all here. Your wrists are nice and locked in here. We want it more, upright up here. And if we can keep going down, watch how much these arms come in. See how that's driving in? His head stays behind. Look how the club's being driven to the ball. His arms are now basically right back at his side. Okay, if we go back to you can see how far away this club actually is on the way down. Look how far away that is to the ball. We're not going to get any power, any consistency this way. So we really want to make sure we use our wrist correctly, setting it early, and then again, we're going to pull to the ball, try and keep our head behind it, and hopefully get a better opportunity to hit the ball. Alright? I hope to see you again next week. I think we're meeting again at 11, and we'll go over a few things, but you can look at this at any time. You will have this on your locker. Alright? Have a good night.